If you live with self-doubt, you know that it's holding you back. I'm sure you know that. It's holding you back from living as the best version of yourself, and it's also holding you back from even trying to be better and to do better and to achieve things and to be successful in life. But here's the thing. Self-doubt stems from the fixed mindset. A fixed mindset is what happens when you are young and you have these beliefs about yourself which are not positive for whatever reason. It could be, a myriad of things that I'm not going to even bother getting into, because really it doesn't even matter at this point if you want to fix it. There's only one way that I know of to fix it, and the reasons that you have self-doubt really are kind of irrelevant. The fact is, if you want to change it, you can. And that's the good news, but you have to be committed to it. And you have to truly want to fix it. And then what happens when you're going through the process of fixing the self-doubt, you are actually healing whatever it is that's broken inside of you that is causing the self-doubt and is causing that fixed mindset. That's that little voice inside of you. That is the irrational. And, people think, oh, I'm not irrational. But it's an irrational belief. It's not a belief based on truth. So your fixed mindset is telling you that you're not good enough, you can't succeed, you're not going to achieve. But that's not based on truth. It's based on the fixed mindset. So you have to think of a way, or try to think of a way, to get around that fixed mindset and change that fixed mindset. And that's where I'm going to help you. It's not that difficult, but it does require, like I said, commitment. And you have to be committed because it's the only way to do it. It's basically repetitive training, and changing your mindset takes a little bit of time, and it takes a little bit of work. It takes a little bit of consistency. Well, it takes a lot of consistency and a little bit of work. How about that? The three C's about self-doubt. Catch, meaning you have to catch it, and you have to learn to catch it when it's going to happen. And you have to change it. And you have to challenge it. That's right. If that little voice inside of you is telling you that you can't do it, ask yourself why. What's the proof that you can't do it? Where's the proof? If there's no proof, then it's an irrational belief, and you have to change it. And you can train yourself to stop believing negative things about yourself. And I suggest that you really do this, because if you have a poor self-portrait, it's going to be difficult to ever achieve your best, because that's going to hold you back. Just the self-doubt. I mean, it can be just, devastating for some people. I had that. I lived it, and I lived it for a long time. Now, I was kind of the enigma because I was able to achieve success regardless. I think because I was just my personality type, for one, my authentic self, which I didn't really know what that was at the time, but something inside of me was really driving me to do something. And if you have that same drive, it's going to be even easier for you. But you have to have the desire to change it and the desire to fix it. And if you have those things and you really are committed, you can change this in no time. It's actually pretty simple. You just have to learn how to reframe your thoughts. If you reframe them correctly, then you will have a positive result, which will help you make positive decisions instead of those decisions based on that little voice inside of you. So I'm going to kind of walk you through it, and I hope that this really helps you. And I'm going to give you a challenge, and the challenge will turn it into a game. That way it's a little bit fun. And you need to think of a little reward that you're going to give yourself every time that you win the challenge against yourself. And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be big, just something small. Even if it's like, I can go get an ice cream cone, because who doesn't love ice cream, right? Anyway, you can use anything you want. This is about you, and this is for you. And everybody's different, so I'm not going to even tell you what to use as a reward. But you have to be able to reward yourself, because that builds your self-confidence. Now, as you're having these negative thoughts about yourself, pay attention. When you start to have negative thoughts, or if you're going to speak negative words about yourself, try to catch it. And then challenge it. Where's the proof? Why do I believe this? And then you'll realize, your brain will realize that that's not truth. You're actually not, you're not a throwaway person. You have definite good qualities. You just need to find them, and you need your brain to find them so that your fixed mindset will change to growth mindset. Growth mindset is exactly what it sounds like. That's where you'll be able to grow and become better and become anything that you want to be and do anything that you want to do. And you will have the tools within yourself to do that, the self-esteem, the self-confidence, because those things impact every part of your life. So remember the 3 C's. First, you have to catch it. When it's happening, catch it. And write it out. Write out what you are struggling to do and what your little fixed mindset is telling you to do and how you challenge it. Ask for the proof. Ask for verification. And when there isn't any, tell your brain, I know this is not true. This belief is not true, whatever that belief that you're hearing is, because, like if you're going to take a test, I'll use that as an analogy. You're going to take a test, and you studied your butt off, but your little voice inside you is telling you you're not going to win. You're not going to, you're not going to pass. You're not going to do well. Challenge that. Where's the proof? And then write out, I know this belief is not true because I studied so hard and I know I can do it. Write that out. Try this with every negative thought or every negative, belief that you have about yourself. That's how you change self-doubt. And the challenge is, it's on the video, but you need to get a little notebook, the little teeny tiny ones. Nothing fancy. Get a pen and start keeping track of how many times you think about yourself in a negative way or speak about yourself in a negative way every day. Each page will represent each day. Put the date on it and start adding the tally marks. Every time you have a negative thought about yourself or a negative belief or whatever is negative, whether it comes out of your mouth or it's just in your head, write it down as a tally mark. And then at the end of the day, add up those tally marks and write the number with a circle around it at the bottom of the page. The next page will be the next day. And you're going to tell yourself, okay, I had this many tally marks today, but tomorrow I'm going to cut it in half. And as you're doing the 3 C's, the catch, the challenge, and the change, then you'll do better and better. And pretty soon, you will not be having these self-doubts anymore. You will have taught your brain how to process things the correct way and the rational way. It's really that simple, but you have to do it. Nobody else can do it for you, and nobody can force you to do it. You have to do this for yourself, and you can. I lived it. I know. I lived it for a long time, and I had some really horrible thoughts about myself. I hated myself for decades. And then the light bulb came on, and I finally fixed myself. And I want to help you fix yourself. So the 3 C's for every negative thought or every negative word that comes out of your mouth. Because that fixed mindset needs to go bye-bye, and you need to start operating from the growth mindset where you can be the best version of yourself.